Hi, Aries. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are always welcome. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what's next in love, what's coming your way, what does spirit want you to know. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. Let's call in our guides. Let's see what the cards are saying today. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you need us to know? What is coming our way? What's next in love? I am listening for you now. I have toxicity. Toxic relationships can drain your energy. Yeah, we know that, right? So don't sign me up for that. It was almost a feeling of I cut through this barbed wire and that it took me a long time to cut through this. So, but I feel like I released myself. I feel like I cut that wire and I walked through. So it's behind us. I don't want to invite that back in. A reminder of what we don't want. I have a hideaway. Making time to be with your person. That came into me more as a priority. Okay, that you become a priority, or I'm going to say putting you first, because that's something maybe I've struggled with, that I've never had anybody in my life, they're saying, that really truly put me first. And maybe that's what you're manifesting, and I'm picking up on it. But this person, I feel like, that is probably one of the main messages today, is that this person's going to put you first, that you are a priority. I have a doorway. An opportunity is about to present itself that leads you to this new person. You guys know I love doorways, I love windows, I love gateways, I love bridges, all for the same reason. It's a crossing over. It's a walking through. It's something new is about to happen. And that's something that we just have to just look forward to. I'm going to say it that way. It's almost the sense of, as soon as I open that door, as soon as I cross that bridge, I don't know. It's like I'm inviting something new into my energy. So we could be very close. We could be like on the cusp of just this new relationship. I have closure. Yeah, there you go. And they're saying not all relationships allow us closure. You could have had a relationship that was very toxic and you never had closure with that person. You never had the opportunity. Maybe they just walked away, shut the door behind them, never heard from them again, never talked to them about why. So that kind of closure is very painful. And the only thing that you can do is just, you can write letters. You can write letters and burn them. I mean, that helps. But sometimes you don't get that face-to-face closure. Why didn't this work? A lot of times you don't. Spirit, please share with me. I have an illusion. Beware of love's illusions. See reality. I'm going to say that based on what you've gone through, I would say that you have a pretty good head on your shoulders as far as what's real and what's not, who's playing games and who's not. Okay, who's putting you as a priority and who's not, who's putting you first. I'm going to say that's what you're looking for. And if you don't see that in somebody, then they're not going to be your person. So part of me feels like you've got that in your mind, is like, number one is they're saying number one is I need to be seen. Okay, so that's probably something you're thinking of. And number two is I need to be their priority. I need to be a priority in their life. So not second fiddle, not after all the other options, not when I have nothing else to do, I call you. I have a wedding. Whoever this person is obviously going to make you a priority. If they're thinking a future, if they're thinking a future spouse, a life together, then yeah, of course you're going to be a priority to this person. One more of these, please, Spirit. And I have just relax. Find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. I feel comfortable with you. I'm content with you. I feel at home with you. I just want to hang out with you. I don't care what we do. Okay. Go to the grocery store and get some food for, Christmas. The grocery stores are packed when I was recording this. So, yeah, it's life, right? I don't care what we do. I'm just going to do it with you. I have a Page of Cups. I have a 7 of Wands. I have a 5 of Cups. And I have a Page of Swords. I feel like the conversation is, I have been disappointed so many times in the past, and this person turns around to you and says, but I'm not the one who disappointed you, and I'm not going to give up on us. I'm not going to give up on you. So maybe the people that you were with just didn't put in the effort like I'm going to do. Maybe the people that you were with walked away because it got hard. It wasn't easy anymore. The fun new beginning, the honeymoon stage. There's a lot of people that like to stay in that honeymoon stage. They just like the first kiss, first date, first time we make love. And then once we get through that, they're like, I'm moving on, because they like that adrenaline, that euphoric energy. And they just go from one person. But in the end of the day, that's the person who is going to be sad. That's the person who's never going to feel fulfilled, because they don't ever get to the stage where they feel content or secure with somebody. They don't feel like they have a life partner. If you're always chasing the next shiny object, you're never going to catch it. You're always going to be looking for the next one. So there's a lot of people that stay in that energy. But this person is saying, I'm not them, and I'm not going to give up on you. My feelings are real, and I feel like I'm digging in. This feels like I'm digging in. My feelings are growing every day. This page energy is always, one of my favorites. You guys know I love pages, because they're so exciting and they're so optimistic, and I'm going to grow, I'm going to learn, I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to end up. And that's part of the fun. It's the little kid who says, what are we going to do today, mommy? And you say, well, maybe we'll go to the park. Maybe we'll stop at McDonald's for what are they called? A Happy Meal. Maybe we'll go to see Grammy for a few minutes and say hi. Like everything's an adventure. Everything's exciting. Like all those things would be so much fun. So that's how the pages feel. It's always exciting. I can't wait to see what I learn about you next. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. I'm going to get to know you. We're going to talk about everything. I'm curious. So those pages are always filled with hope and optimism. I have a King of Cups. This love is going to grow. This is somebody who they don't give in. This isn't somebody who's going to run and hide. This is not a runner. Okay. If anything, it may lead in the other direction, where they go overboard, where they could be leaning in the direction of a little bit of a love bomber in the beginning. And you have to say, I'm not going anywhere. You've got me. But it's because they're falling for you. They will give you their heart, is what they just said. So this person is not afraid to fall in love. This person is just looking for the right person to fall in love with. So Yeah, I mean, they have a big heart, you know, it's um, a big heart and lots of love to give. I mean, I feel like they just want somebody to love, you know, it's, and you could be saying that about yourself. Like, I know I have a big heart and I just want somebody to love because I love loving somebody. But I want to make sure that I get it back, you know. I've loved a lot of people in my lifetime, and a lot of people have disappointed me. So that king is coming in and saying, I have a big heart and I'll love you. I'll love you with all my heart and soul, they just said. I have a 10 of wands. I have a page of wands. I have a 4 cups. This person knows that it's not always easy, but they also know that you're the love that they've been waiting for. This is a sense of, I really wasn't interested. Maybe there's a lot of people that have crossed their path. Maybe there's been people that they went on one date with, one and done, and I never saw them again because it wasn't worth seeing them again. But this is more of a feeling of, I just was waiting for the right one. I think this person has been working really hard at trying to find somebody decent. So when you come along, you know, maybe they've been dating, they've been online dating for a while, they've been single for a long time. They just haven't met anybody that they connect with. What's the bottom of my deck? Knight of Wands. I think you're the first person, and a Fool. I really feel like you're the first person in a long time that they are actually interested in, physically, intellectually, emotionally. I just, you're the first one, and they probably are going to tell you that. They're probably going to say, I don't remember the last time I met somebody that I actually really wanted to be with. And I really want to be with you. I really enjoy being with you. I really like our time together. I'm excited about this start. A little bit of a, do you want to do this? You know, like, are you ready to do this with me? And I think we both just agree that, yeah, I think this is going to be nice. And let's see. So but I think you're the first. I think you're the first in a long time that I have actually been attracted to, or they're saying, not that there's nothing wrong with you, but this person right now is feeling like there's nothing wrong with you. You know, like nothing's jumping out. And you could be saying the same thing. Like, okay, this person's normal. This person's nice. This person is, you know, behaving themselves in public. You know, so we could be saying, okay, I got over the hard part. You know, but now I like them and I enjoy their company and I enjoy talking to them and I'm attracted to them. Something about your beautiful eyes. I think they're going to tell you have beautiful eyes. The light of integrity. Uphold integrity in all your professional dealings. Be honest. I'm going to say personal dealings as well. Be transparent and ethical. This builds trust and respect. Absolutely. You know, you've got to hold that head up high. You don't have to go beneath yourself, they're saying. You don't have to belittle yourself to be with somebody, right? So you're up here, you're high value, and this person's going to see that in you. And they're going to see the high morals, high values, you know, integrity. So I think that that's important. And you don't settle, you don't drop your level because it's better than nothing. You keep it high and you wait for the right one because spirit has somebody for everybody. We have to hold on to that. The strength of boundaries. Yeah, you set healthy boundaries. No, I'm not going to sleep with you because it's the second date, you know, like because you took me out to dinner. No, that's not how this works. Communicate what it is important to you. Be respectful, healthy boundaries about anything. You know, you're not allowed to call me at certain times. You're not allowed to just come over my house unannounced. You aren't entitled to know where I was last night because I wasn't on a date with you and who I was with. Like those are healthy boundaries. Like, no, I'm not reporting into you about where I've been, so that's a boundary. I don't owe you that. You're not entitled to that, to my privacy. So it's those types of things. And Spirit's saying, just be very mindful of them. You're all adults, but sometimes I don't know, we slip, we let things go. We kind of let people get away with things in a sense. And we're like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that because now I can't get that boundary back because I allowed it. So you want to, what's important to you, keep strong and just say, no, I'm sorry. You can't just pop in, knock on my door because you're in the neighborhood. No, that's not going to work. All right, let's see what we have. I have a reconciliation. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling new love with the Fool and this kind of Knight of Wands, and I haven't been with anybody that I feel. Some of you possibly you could be crossing paths with somebody from the past, but I'm just going to say a handful of you out there that it's connecting to somebody from your past. I'm feeling new. I have a marriage. This person could be somebody that you are attracting a long-term commitment. So if that's, they had said a future spouse, they had said a lifetime together, but whatever, it doesn't have to be a marriage, obviously. It could be a partnership. It can be we live together, whatever is, whatever works for you guys. I'm breaking a karmic cycle. I have been working on my personal growth. I'm trying to not keep repeating. Maybe they're reminding me of this reconciliation. This person could be right when you're ready to move on and somebody new energy comes into your life, that past comes in and you're confused about your feelings. But I worked really hard to break this karmic cycle. I worked really, really hard to get it out of my system, to heal, to walk away. And there's something about these karmic cycles, these karmic connections that they know telepathically when you've moved on. Where were you when, before? But as soon as you move on emotionally and you're ready to start something new, boom, that's when they come back. So that could be what's happening. So is that a boundary? No, I'm not letting you back into my life. I'm trying something else. I'm going with the person, what did they say, who has a big heart and lots of love and who's putting me first. That's what I'm going for. I have a wheel, a turning point in your life. Maybe it's a turning point within you that you've decided that you want more and you've made up your mind that you're not going to settle for continuing a cycle, attracting the same kind of person, allowing the same kind of behavior in different people, that you see it coming and you're still allowing it. So maybe you've made up your mind that, you're going to do things differently. You're going to kind of stand your ground a little bit stronger and firmer. My happiness comes first. This karmic cycle, I can guarantee you, did not make you happy. Sometimes what we do is we reminisce about just the good times and we forget what we went through. We just think about the highlights, like the football highlights after Sunday, on Monday morning. And you just have to watch those for 10 minutes and know what happened all day Sunday. But you forget the hard times. You just focus on what was good. And it's kind of a fantasy that I could have all that back again. But karmic cycles just kind of try to reel you in. And for those of you that are struggling with them, sometimes it's really just best to cut that tie as soon as you can. I'm rising from above. I'm a phoenix. I've risen. Right? I've rebuilt my life. I've healed. I'm not the same person that I was, and I deserve more. So they're trying to bring you more. They're trying to bring you the person who does put you first. And I feel like right from the beginning of this reading, that was the message for you today, that you do deserve to be the only one. You do deserve to be the most important person in somebody's life if you're making them the most important person in your life. So I feel like that's what they need to know. They're saying sweeping up, get like out with the old, in with the new. So I'm just going to put that over here with this karmic energy. I have the unseen blessings, blessings that you don't see. Did Spirit remove somebody from your life because it was a blessing in disguise? Because they have something better for you? They protected you? So sometimes we have to look at that as well. You know, like, why did my life go through that? And probably for a good reason. I have a third party. I'm going to say maybe that was the interference, somebody, too many people involved. You weren't the only one, Spirit saying. Yeah. I have a brick wall. There's a lot of energy around somebody around you that puts you through something, hell. And it's certainly time to move on from that. It's certainly time to, I have a mountain at the bottom of my deck. I'm learning. I've gone through. I've overcome all the obstacles. I've learned to love myself again. They just said, look at this beautiful little unicorn here, like this magical unicorn who says, hey, I've got something better for you. You know, believe, here's my unicorn. Where's my little unicorn in my marriage card? Just if that's something that you're wishing for. But I want to know the truth. I want to see into my future. I want to know that there's magic out there. I want to learn about myself. I want to write a love story. I want to be part of a love story. I feel like this is a great reading in the respect that Spirit, whether this person is in your life or not, the energy is in the universe. Okay, think of it that way. So the energy's out there trying to tell you that you come first. And just hold on to that for today. I'm going to meet somebody that makes me feel like I'm the most important thing in their life, because that's what I deserve if I'm giving that to them. So let's ask Spirit to bring that to you now. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to my channel, thank you. Welcome. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Claim it, own it, it's yours in the comments below. If you would like to book a private reading, visit my website, kathymamolenspsychicmedium.com. Check out my other 2 YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame channel for some additional love readings. And I hope you enjoyed your reading today. If you did, comment below. Let me know that this connected to you. And let me know if you definitely feel like you deserve to be first. We'll see you soon.